I have come to realize that South Africans in 2020-25, it's day one. It's day one. If you understand, you know, you will know. So I'm trying to say that in 2025, I just realized that South Africans have been God's strong soldiers. Oh, we've been the God's strongest soldiers because the things we are going through, I don't think any other nation would have endured what we have endured in South Africa. And the worst part of it, I know I would have understood if we're going through this, there is some kind of a plague that is lurking all over us, or even some little, choo-choos going on from another country, invasion type of situation. No, we are being frustrated day after day. I literally have to wake up every morning and ask myself this question. So, what sort of a strong soldier am I going to be today? What new am I going to hear today that is going to add more wrinkles and gray hair and me screaming on top of the mountain and saying, fellow South Africans, what have we done to somebody to deserve this? I want to know. Now, I'm coming back to report back to you guys on Friday, or Saturday actually. I reported that 3 South African men were caught at Al Tambo International Airport headed to Russia via Dubai or United Arab Emirates, because there is no direct flight from South Africa to Russia. So you have to go through like that. So this route, of course, it's a little bit in the radar of the South African intelligence, of course, the Hawks and everyone else, because of the allegations that Duduzile Zuma Sambudla is facing. And so now they've decided, you know what, we're going to keep an eye in case there are more South Africans that are being human trafficked to the front lines at the Russian war with Ukraine, right? So today we learned that, okay, not today. And then there was another arrest that took place on Friday. So these men were arrested on Thursday before boarding an aircraft to Dubai. So they look suspicious, allegedly. And then I'm looking at this video and I'm like, I see why. Number one, not that there's a specific dress code to wear when you're going or traveling. Me, I like to be very, very, number one, light, comfortable, and I can wear shorts if I want to. But it also depends, also on the type of class you are taking. Because I don't think if you are taking business class, you're going to be dressed like that. Or taking first class, you're going to put some bit of, decorum or something like that. But if you're going to travel economy class, yeah, fine. But something about them allegedly that made the Hawks to say, hey, let's interview these guys. And they were interviewed and turned out that they were headed to Russia to be trained as bodyguards. These men range between the ages of 21 to 47. Not that I'm being ageist or I'm being discriminatory towards the 47-year-old man. You are going to be trained. Okay. No judgment passed. I'm just thinking that me in my mid-4th floor, and then I get an opportunity to go train as a bodyguard. The first question I'm going to ask myself is, number one, how long is this training going to take? Number two, I'm going to start from scratch, probably bodyguarding a counselor or something. To me, it would just not make sense. To be honest, it would not make sense to me at all. However, with the unemployment rate in the country, and I also understand probably he has responsibilities, children and everything like that. I don't know if he does, but I'm just thinking. So he would take such an opportunity. And now a SAFM radio presenter.
So, firstly, when it comes to BRICS, I'm sure everyone knows that BRICS has been expanding.
Yeah.
It's a global South countries coming together for self-determination, not alienation. There's never been an utterance from any BRICS heads, members of state, around alienating the West or being against the West at all. That has never been an agenda for BRICS.
Yeah.
And with sanctions such as this, sanctions imposed by the UN on the 15th of this month, so a couple of days ago. These sanctions are telling us that there is a paramount and an utter inclination from the West to silence the voice of BRICS.
Apparently, she hosts a morning primetime show on SAFM, and she is one of the recruiters. She's one of the recruiters. She's one of the people that got arrested on Friday. The lady, I thought it was Duduzile because her sister opened a case against her. Speaking of Duduzile, other children, they get arrested, but now she's still roaming. And yet a criminal case of similar nature was opened against her. Make it make sense. So, oh yeah, I remember. Animal Farm, South Africa, hello. This is frustrating. You see what I mean? That we are God's strongest soldiers in South Africa 2025. Nobody can convince me otherwise. We are God's strongest soldiers. And I think, I don't know when it's going to end, but one bite at a time to finish an elephant, right? So we are going to finish this elephant. Now, Mantula, the SAFM presenter, ma'am, for an entire week, probably even before a week, because we heard of the 17 in Russia, I think that other week, crying SOS, save our souls type of situation. And then it was a story that did not blow up per se. It was like, because that's how I went as well. Like, what are you saying? I don't understand this. And then when I took it serious, I think with the rest of South Africa, when he took it serious, was when Duduzile's older sister went and opened a case against her little sister for recruiting family members, 8 of them allegedly, to go trained as bodyguards in Russia, only to turn out that they're going to be put in the front lines at the Russian war with Ukraine. And then that's when they were like, where's my glasses? Let's put some glasses on this thing. And then the questions, of course, arose as I have asked when I heard this and I came and we talked about it. How many, because I don't think Duduzile Zuma Sambudla is the only one involved. And I also don't think that Umantula is the only one. And you have to ask yourself this question, which it's giving me a headache. How many other people's children are no more? Because when you are in a war, you don't get to claim the body. You get buried en masse with your fellow soldiers, comrades, whatever it is they call each other. How many South Africans are in Russia? And their families are waiting because they were told they are going to be trained. And I'm hearing that with this group, they were going to get stipends. Probably they all told the same thing. Oh, no, you're going to be trained while earning. Remember those influencers earlier this year? I think they need to be called back. Because they were right in there. This superficial stuff they said they saw. Unless you're telling me they are that dumb not to be observant. What did they actually see? What words that comes back in hindsight? They be like, hang on a minute, because save our children's souls by not getting recruited. How many other agencies that emanated from this Russian war with Ukraine, and these people are using this as, as a business opportunity. Yo, let's not get emotional because we're talking about people's lives here. I'm just imagining the moment you arrive in Russia, you land, and then you are met with aggressive. Do you know how aggressive Russians are? Aggressively taken, and next thing, they are traversing through what looks like a World War II movie scene. And then it probably hits you that, oh my word, we are not going to Moscow. Oh my word. I'm trying to keep it cool because I am empathizing at this point. I'm putting myself in the shoes of these people. And Umantula does not read the room. She's like, nginenkani le mali lena sizoyidla with other people's lives. Bola sisejele, bola, 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 bola. I'm shocked. I am so shocked. And I'm trying to attribute this to something. Is it our leadership? Of course, our leadership has been sleeping on the job. And so now people are doing it. The passengers on the flight that is flying itself are doing as they please. Sometimes they even go to the cockpit and wonder, what button is this? If I press it, what's gonna happen? Oh, okay. Take the steering wheel and put it back up. That is what is happening. Oh gosh. Oh my word. Please protect your children. And if you're an adult, the moment you hear the word Russia, bodyguard, I think there are key words that you need to listen to now. Just listen to the key words. And if it does not make sense or it click, pull out. Just save your soul. Because I'm telling you again, when you go to war, there are 50-50 chances of you coming back home and you coming back. In fact, you don't come back home on your back. You get buried there. And if we together, because we tina sila, we inja, you're gonna be thrown just like that. And unfortunately, you are never coming back home. Already, the South African government is finding it difficult to bring back the 17, which I don't think some of them are even around anymore. I really don't. Because there are consistent drone attacks between the two countries. And you're telling, oh gosh, yo people, those families that already have family members, start accepting. Get closure, get these people, I know these are allegations. So allegedly, Omantula. So they babole ejele. Ababole ejele duduzile. If this is, because I see now she's playing the victim. She said, oh no, I was deceived by so-and-so, and I'm opening a case against. No, it doesn't work like that. And why she's not arrested? Why she's not arrested? But I'm telling you, kona labo abaqinisa ikhanda because they want to go to Russia. We did what we could. Zoqina sosh. Comma. Zoqina command. Whatever all that means. Zoqina. I'm speechless. I'm truly speechless. Protect your children. Protect yourselves. I know the situation right now. It is forcing us to take up whatever sounds like it's going to give us some relief. And they are using this to their best of abilities to make money out of your life. These unscrupulous people. I must give it to us South Africans. 2025, I will be God's strongest soldiers. Come to think of it, there are people who are now force soldiers in Russia. It's both. What is that? This figure of speech? It's an oxymoron. You know, bittersweet. There are those now forced to be soldiers carrying guns, and then there's us, metaphorically. Hey, I think they say when it gets dawn, it gets darker. So I guess this is our darker moment. Sooner or later, we are going to probably reap the rewards for being the strong soldiers. And those that have gone out there, to the families. If your child comes back home or your dad, great. I'm happy for them. But this is a war they are in. I'm talking literal. It's not a figure of speech. They are ducking and diving. Missiles, bullets, kidnapping, stabbing. Oh, goodness knows what else. I'm so sorry. I really am. But abantu abafana njenga this lady. And I think there are going to be more arrests. And I think these arrests are going to be prominent people because if I come to you and say, hey, I got a business opportunity or a job opportunity for you in Russia, I mean, who am I for you to even trust me? So if a face that is familiar to you, you see on television and you also probably hear on radio, chances are you are going to believe them over me. So that is why I think more celebrities are going to be arrested. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And the diplomatic relations that we have with both Russia and Ukraine, jeopardized. Anyways, I'm getting a bit emotional and it's day one and I said, umsindo funagali. So, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.